pretty long way from home. I used to drive through this area every day back when I worked at Tesla in Marietta, so I'm familiar with the area, but it's a pretty long, it's like a 45-minute drive from where I live right now. So figured I'd give self-driving a good go today. V14 Lite. My first stop that I put in there is the waterfall that's just up here. It's a very nice area that I used to go running at a lot after work. Plenty of trails up there to run on, so it's pretty cool, especially during COVID when it was, they did shut it during COVID at some point, but it was awesome during COVID because there was literally nobody there and I had the whole place to myself. But yeah, we'll just see how we go there. You know what? I'm going to try something out here. Hey Grok, take me to the nearest Starbucks along our route.
The nearest Starbucks on your route to Roswell Mill Waterfall is at 930 Marietta Highway in Roswell, Georgia. It only adds 1 minute, adding it as your first stop now.
Okay. Turn that off. It's telling me to pay attention to the road. I don't know why the map didn't go back to where it should be. It's still not working. Did it work or not? It said it was taking me there, but it's not. Maybe it is. No, it's still just taking me to the waterfall. So I guess I really had to tap the screen then for it to actually confirm it. Let's try it again. Hey Grok, take me to the nearest Starbucks along our route.
Which Starbucks? A on Marietta Highway in Roswell adds just 2 minutes, or B on Johnson Ferry Road in Marietta adds 11.
A.
Added Starbucks on Marietta Highway in Roswell as your next stop before Roswell Mill Waterfall.
Okay.
6 minutes away, 2.8 miles.
Perfect. Now you got to turn that off because it will think I'm talking to it. Yeah, it didn't work the first time. Worked the second time though. And this is still not showing the actual. Here we go. Now, on the way up here, I didn't film it, but I've had some issues with the speed profiles. Obviously, before V14 Lite, you could adjust the speed per mile per hour with the scroll wheel. You can just go whatever speed you wanted to go. Now you just have profiles, and none of them fitted what I was trying to do. So that was a bit frustrating. It's not. There's the Starbucks right there. It's on the map. Alright, so that didn't work. It's actually taking me to the waterfall first, and then it's taking me back to Starbucks. So that's a fail. As you can see, it's written that way there. I could have changed the order, but I told it to take me to the Starbucks along the route. So that didn't work. How do I get rid of that? I can only end the trip. How do I? Edit trip. I'm learning all this stuff as I go. So that was a fail. And I'm looking at the screen a lot more than I normally would. Alright, so I guess we're not going to Starbucks. I don't really want to turn around. I wasn't going to get a coffee anyway, so... yeah. Yeah, back to the profiles. When I first got on the freeway, the 400 freeway going south, there's always police sitting right after my entry to the freeway, which is exit 13, entry 13, I guess you call it. The police are always there, especially at the time of day I was driving through, which is about 5 o'clock. You'll see, because typically I'd be coming home from work on the opposite side of the road, and I'd see them over there catching people for speeding every single afternoon. So I know it's an area to not speed in. As soon as I pulled out onto the freeway, I already had it on hurry from the other day. It went straight up to 80 miles per hour in a 65 zone. So as far as I'm concerned, that's a ticket waiting to happen right there. Especially when you know the police are literally sitting there with a radar gun on everybody. So I quickly went down to Sloth, I think. I went all the way down, and it just slammed on the brakes and was going below the speed limit, I think. Basically what I found was when I had it on standard, it was going the speed I wanted to go, which is about 68 miles per hour in a 65. So that was in standard mode. That all worked out there at that point, but hurry was just going to get you a ticket for sure. Then it hit a 55 mile per hour zone, which has been like that for years because of ongoing roadworks. Clear signage, 55. No one pays any attention to it. Everyone just keeps doing what speed they were doing before it. But I've always done at the most 65 in that 55 zone because it's technically a work zone. There's never anyone working there though, so I'll do 65 at the most. But everyone will fly past me because no one slows down. They're literally treating it like a 65 zone, and they'll be doing 75 to 80 through there. And which the ticket you'd get for that would be just insane. So I'm not taking that chance. 65 max for me, and I have cars going past me. But yeah, the car decided to just follow the traffic. It's literally driving like it's speeding like it's a 65 zone. So it's still doing 68 and a 55. It's a bit too fast for me. So as soon as I went from normal down to the one that's just below that, which is chill, it just slams the brakes on and does exactly 55 on chill, which is too slow. I want to do anywhere from 60 to 65. Normal does 68 and chill does 55 on the limit. So it just doesn't work out for me at all. So I'm basically forced to do 68, which is still slower than most of the traffic, to be quite honest. But yeah, I'm not sure how to work my way around that at this point. Okay, we're pulling into this car park. We'll see how we park at the end here. I have not been here for probably 3 years. So I used to self-drive all the way in here 3 years ago. Obviously didn't park itself back in those days. I used to get all the way down to the car park though. Really nice area. I would typically get a parking spot. It's only on like it has been full a few times, but typically it's not too bad. Yep, we've got it set to park in the parking lot. Let's see how we go. I'm going to let it park where it wants to park, and then I'm going to move it to where I like to park. There's really nothing I can do to control that. It's going to where I want to go, so that's good. Now, honestly, I'm pretty cautious in car parks, but I would go a little bit faster than this because I'll be looking around. What's it doing here? Alright, we're going backwards. There's a kid behind us. Please wait for the kid. Alright, he kind of sprinted out of the way. He thought he was going to get run over, but he wasn't. Stop. Alright, so that's it. Let's have a look here. Still didn't park in the middle, but it parked a nice distance from that truck there. I wish I could, I know that I can, if I'm self-driving the car, well, if I'm driving the car, look, and it's not even very crooked positioning there. Not ideal. It really went back aggressively when that kid was still behind us too, which is kind of concerning. My spot's up here, where I used to park back in the day. Now, is it going to highlight it? It'll be a hard one to get to, quite honestly. Let's see, it's right there. It's the last one. No, it's the one next to the car that I want. Let's see if we can do that. It's seeing that yellow patch there and thinking that's a spot, but it's not. Alright, here we go. Yep. It's not an easy spot to get into. You know what, I did pick the wrong spot. But we'll just let it do its thing. Alright. So I can't really complain about that one. It's pretty central. But unfortunately it was my fault. I picked the wrong spot. I wanted the one next to it. So you can get to a car park and take over and pick the spot you want. Okay, back at it. We did a little trail walk there. So this is going to be all the way down the freeway this time. 32-minute drive, 23 miles. Maybe I'll think of somewhere to, we'll see if Grok can get us to a destination along our route. Very humid outside. I'm dripping sweat right now, but thankfully I was able to cool the car down before I got back to it, and that makes a huge difference. There's people walking there. It's going to stop for those people. That's good. I did not interfere with that at all, and they happen to be Tesla drivers, so I'm sure they understood. It's starting to get a bit dark now. Not sure if the camera picks that up or not. Drink some water. Another Tesla there. Alright, 25 miles per hour. We're going up a hill anyway, so it's not even going to get to that. We're on standard right now. Standard speed profile. We're going left. Let's just check this route real quick. Okay, it's not the way I would normally go. We're going to take it though. The reason being is because there's a near impossible left turn up here. Because I used to go home pretty much this way every day from work, and a couple of times I tried to go that way, and it was just impossible to get this left turn in. I don't really want to try it because it's not going to be any easier this way. Alright, we'll see what happens. It's the way the car wants to go, unless I had a choice of routes. It's not showing any choices there. We'll see what happens though. The turn up here was impossible at peak hour. We'll see if my memory's serving me correctly right now. Let's find out, shall we? Maybe self-driving is going to be the solution to the problem. You notice the lanes here, the middle lane actually changes direction depending on the time of the day. The car, I remember full self driving having a small issue with that many years ago, literally going in the wrong lane, and I reported it a bunch of times, going against the red X's. But I'm pretty confident it would not make that mistake anymore. Okay, I think this might be the intersection I'm thinking of. It's been a few years, maybe, probably 3 or 4 years since I actually tried to do this, and only once or twice I tried to do it, because there's no left turn lane. There is. Look at this, it says you can't turn left. That's part of the problem. Monday to Friday between 6 a.m. and 6, hang on, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Monday to Friday you can't turn left here, but you can at this time of day, but it was literally impossible. It seems alright today though. I don't think I'll have a problem. We'll just see how we go, eh? I think it's late enough. It's 8 o'clock at night now. I would typically maybe be... It used to be around 5:30, 6 p.m. probably when I was trying to get through there, and it's peak hour traffic and you just couldn't do it. But no problem today. Easy. So speed limit's 35, we're doing 40, it's on standard profile. Let's play around with this a bit, eh? If I go down to chill, it's slowing down to 37 in a 35, and there's a speed sign right there that's telling me that I'm doing 36, 35. Let's go down to sloth and see what that does, although there's a Hummer right behind me. Now we're doing the exact speed limit on sloth. I go back up to chill. Still sticking to 35. Alright, back to standard. It's just going to stick to 30. No, we're accelerating a little bit now. 36, 37. So I noticed that before. When you go down the profiles, it'll react straight away and slam the brake. Well, not slam the brakes on it, but it'll slow down to the speed that it's supposed to go to pretty much instantly. And it seems that when you go up in the profiles, it doesn't react as fast. Standard right now, speed limit's 35, we're doing 33, which makes sense. It's a pretty tight area and we're just about to meet up to a red light anyway, so that made sense. Still 35 miles an hour speed limit here. I know it's a bit hard to read the screen on this camera. I'm thinking about maybe using my other camera to focus just on the screen. Just for that reason. change over a solid white line there. I don't know why. The lane we're in was fine, and now we're changing back again for some reason. But there's actually a car that was catching up to us pretty quick then. Sort of cut them off, and they decided to go around me. Corvette. I don't know why we did that quick lane change there. It made no sense, especially over a solid line. Alright, we'll get to the freeway soon. Oh, okay, I know where I am. Straight through this intersection is Big Creek Mountain Bike Park. That's where I ride quite often. The new feature for Grok is actually being able to play music, and I did actually test that on the way up here, and it didn't work. It said it was finding the music for me, and then it just didn't play anything. And then I just went back to Apple Music and played it myself with the regular search function that the Tesla they would typically use to search for music in a Tesla. Grok let me down. Oh, but having said that though, I don't know why we're stopping right here. We're going to let this truck out. Fair enough. Very polite. Oh, I was just going to say, I did notice my Grok is not logged in. I found out earlier today that my Apple Music had logged itself out and Grok has logged itself out because I was gone for a month in Australia. Alright, we're going onto the freeway, the 400 north, heading up to Cumming. Got a Tesla behind us. Those red lights are never on. And we're getting up to, so the speed limit is 65. This is the roadwork area. I didn't see any evidence that it's the roadwork area except for those orange cones, no signs. But yeah, 65 zone, we're doing 70 on standard, 71, 72 on standard. So that's about as fast as I want to go, personally. From my understanding, you can go up to 10 miles per hour over the speed limit on the freeway. Like you probably get away with doing 75 in this 65 zone. From what people have told me, I don't really want to test that theory out because I've never had a speeding ticket in the United States before. So it causes all sorts of problems for you apparently with insurance costs and all that. So let's avoid that. But yeah, we're doing 70 and a 65. I'm quite happy with doing that. The traffic's basically doing the same speed as me. Cruising in the middle lane, or the right side of the middle lanes. Traffic around me. There's a lot of traffic around me right now. I would like to test these profiles a little bit. Let's I'm going to go down to chill, see what that does. Alright, slow down instantly. It's a pretty aggressive slowdown, and no one's too close behind me, so that's fine. So we've gone down to 67 and a 65, so that's basically the speed limit. 66. Now I've got people cruising past me. I don't really, now I've got a car pretty close to me, but I always change a lane, so let's go down to Sloth and see what that does real quick. Yeah, you definitely feel it slow down, and we're right on the speed limit now, 65. That's all good. Go back up to standard, see if it accelerates. Yeah, it's a little bit more gradual than the slowdown. 69 and a 65. Yeah, we're going around a bend with traffic in front of us, so can't really go any faster. Let's see what happens if I put it into hurry mode. Yeah, ready for this. Alright, we're in a hurry. I'm predicting a lane change, although none of the lanes look any better than one we're in right now, so it's not going to do much. In a 65 zone, so it's actually going faster than I'd like to go. Now we're in the far left lane to pass everybody, so it's pretty aggressive. I don't feel like there's any police around, but that's enough for me. 78 in a 65 zone. And you can scroll the wheel down too to get back, and as soon as I hit standard, it's fairly aggressive slowdown. Back to a reasonable speed. So, you know, if you're racing to the emergency at the hospital or something like that, the hurry mode might be in handy. This is what I mean. 55 zone here, clearly posted 55. My car knows it's 55, it says it right there. We're still doing 72. So that's, you know, way above the speed limit. Everyone speeds through here. I mean, the car's basically decided to follow the traffic, but I have no control except for putting it down to. Now I've got a Bronco right up my butt, so I don't really want to slow down right now. I predict they're about to change lanes and go around me. Oh, we're going to the right anyway. So that's cool. Yeah, I don't have any real control over this. If I go down, and you can use the scroll wheel up and down, or side to side to change profiles. So the Bronco's now to the right of me. If I go down to chill right now, still in the 55 zone, which is for it's a work zone, so that's why. We're going back up to 65 now. It slowed down to 57, so that actually did give me some control. But the problem is, I don't want to go 57, I want to go 60 or 65. That's what I want to do, and I don't have that option anymore. 57 is too slow, especially here. Especially here, because no one slows down for it. Everyone treats it like a 65 zone, and they speed, doing 75 miles per hour. I want to do 65 or 60 to more or less follow the rules but not impede traffic too much. 57 is too slow. So, back to standard. It didn't see the 65 sign. The truck that's right there on my left must have been in front of the sign. It still thinks the speed limit is 55, and I saw a 65 sign. Having said that, we now have another 55 sign in front of us. review the video when I get home and see if I did actually see that 65 sign. Maybe it was supposed to be covered over and it just got exposed in that storm last night. I'll review the video and work it out. Either way, the car didn't see it. I thought I saw it, and we're back into a 55 zone now. We're on standard still. Still at 63, which I'm okay with, but it's only doing that because we've got trucks in front of us. 65. I think somewhere to pull over. Hey Grok, can you take me to a sporting goods store on my way home?
Academy Sports Plus Outdoors at 320 Peachtree Parkway in Cumming adds just 4 minutes to your route home and is open until 10. Dick's Sporting Goods at 2145 Marketplace Boulevard in Cumming adds 6 minutes and closes at 9. Which one or another?
Academy Sports, please.
Got it. Routing to Academy Sports Plus Outdoors, then home. About 4 minutes to the store. Let me know if you want to change anything.
Perfect. I saw that time that it actually put it on the route instead of after our final stop. I don't know what happened before. It's worked pretty good this time. So the speed limit's gone back up to 65. I missed that sign when I was talking to Grok. We're right on the speed limit at standard, and that's kind of because we're stuck behind these trucks. One of them's moving over. It's probably going to accelerate now. Yep. It didn't want to go into the left lane to go around them for some reason. So now we're up to 72 miles per hour in a 65 zone, which I'm okay with. Typically I sit on 68. 72 is also okay. I'll slow down. Well, if I put it back into chill mode, very aggressive slow down. And we're right on the speed limit. So it's just, I had to be on sloth to go to the speed limit before. Now it's 66 and 65. Very close. Back to standard. We don't get an instant acceleration when we go back to standard. It's slowly creeping up again. I know hardware forecasts have had the ability to adjust their speed mile per hour at a time. They had that taken away a while ago, and I saw all the complaints and everything. And I think a lot of people just got used to it, and I was worried about losing that control as well. And I don't really understand why I can't still have that control. I mean, if I can just change profiles left and right with the scroll wheel and then actually change my miles per hour up and down, I don't know why that's not an option. And what harm would it do? We haven't tested school zones yet. That could be a big problem. Now, we're at a red light here. We're not anywhere near where I can see, and it's not creeping forward. There's a police car right beside me too. Interesting. Well, he's decided to go. I can go too, but it's just, there's no one behind me, so it wasn't annoying anybody. I did actually touch the accelerator then. It does, I don't know, it sits too far back for you to be able to see yourself. It will eventually creep forward to the line, but but I don't know why it doesn't just go to where a human can see it. Maybe it can see back there, I don't know, but it's not going, so I guess it can't. Okay, here's Academy of Sports. It's set to park in the parking lot. Let's see where we end up. Very, very cautious. You know, I guess it's better to be overcautious than not. But I mean, I can clearly see there was no one walking around there, nothing to worry about, and it sits there for quite a while. Okay, I don't know what we're trying to do here because it found a spot. I mean, it didn't pull far enough forward. And it's really picked a bad spot because it's got no room to pull forward and do a better 3-point turn. Terrible spot. Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, it's okay. It's acceptable, but again, it's not where I would park. So it made it a bit harder for itself than it needed to be. I'm just going to pull out of here manually. I have actually no reason to be here. I think we'll just continue the route. It does know that I was there, so that's good. That used to be a problem. If I ever had multi-stop routes set, like for instance stopping at a or going through a Starbucks drive-through on the way to somewhere, it obviously wouldn't take me through the drive-through, so you'd be manually driving through the drive-through, but the navigation wouldn't know you'd been there. So you'd have to delete. I'm trying to go by memory now. I think once you'd done your first stop, you'd have to go into the settings and delete the stop so you could go to the next one. It didn't matter what it was or where it was, it would never recognize that you were there and leaving. So that was a big upgrade for me. It knew we're at Academy Sports, and it knew because it's parked itself, so it obviously knows it's there. Oh, there's a pothole there. Honestly, I really didn't have a choice. I saw it at the very last second, and there's no way I was going to be able to swerve around that. And I think because I was on self-driving too, obviously I didn't even try. It was a pretty deep pothole too. It was deep, but not that long, so the tyre went over it relatively good. I would never have done. Honestly, if I was driving it myself, I would have been paying more attention to what was right in front of me, and I would have gone around it. It's just one of the downsides, and I really hope that update is coming where it avoids potholes. So here we're at a red light. We can go, and it's turned green. Alright, back onto the freeway. We're still in standard mode. Express. That's what I'm going to do. I was going to get that earlier. Hey Grok, can you take me to Panda Express incoming on the way home, please?
There's a Panda Express at 905 Marketplace Boulevard incoming, about 1.6 miles away, adding just 4 minutes to your route home. Another one's at 530 Peachtree Park.
The first one is good, thank you.
Got it. I've added that Panda Express as your first stop on the way home. Now about 4 minutes to get there. Enjoy your orange chicken.
Yeah, I'm not signed into Grok. I have an account. Not that it makes any difference to that situation, but yeah. So that's working well now. And of course you can interrupt. You don't have to listen. I was being too patient before. I could have just interrupted and said to just take the first one. This would be interesting. It's not going to be able to do it. This has all just changed. I have to. It's not taking me the right way. You have to go up there. So it completely messed that up. I wonder how it's going to handle this situation. There's an island in the middle now. You can't get over to the left turn lane of these at the next set of traffic lights. And it still doesn't know. It's been like this for, I don't know, at least 2 months. I was gone for a month, so 2 months it's been like this, and it doesn't know. It's still trying to turn left here. You can't turn left here. The map's showing it's going to turn left, but the car has not got the indicator on, so it's not going to try and break the law. It'll reroute us once we get through here, I guess. But yeah, it just doesn't know that they changed it all. Oh, the police car had the right of way then. So if anyone's watching this from Australia, U-turns at traffic lights are completely legal and normal here. So that cop is not breaking the law. And when you're doing a U-turn, you actually have the right of way for cars that are turning onto the street. Funny story, when I was 17 years old, I got busted for doing a U-turn at a traffic light in Australia. So I always remember that, because at the time I thought, that seems ridiculous. Why can't I do a U-turn at a traffic light? And apparently it was against the law, and that was not covered in my testing, in any of the education that I got for my driving test. So that's how I learned. I learned the hard way. And then I came to the US and it was just normal here. It's like, well, see, I was right. So yeah, we did it. We just did a U-turn at the traffic lights, didn't we? I was not paying any attention. So this is not where I would park at all. I'll park around the back. But let's see where we're going to go. No, I don't want to do that. No, it's going to make me. Okay. So I tried to trick it by putting the left indicator on to go straight up that way, but I was too late, I guess. None of these spots are any good to me. I guess we'll watch it. We'll see what it does, and then I'll just move it. And we're going all the way up here. Alright, slam the brakes on. Pedestrian, I guess. Alright, it's going to park here. Now, this would be a good spot to pull through to the next parking bay. Why not? Yeah, it's decided we're going to stop here. It's relatively in the middle. If I put it in drive, you'll be able to see where it is. There. All right. Got the Panda Express. It's pretty much getting dark now. Yeah. Let's get this thing home, eh? Panda Express is in the trunk, so don't stink the car up. Car pulling out there. Nice. I guess they had right of way. Okay, over a speed bump here. And it's doing speed bumps at a reasonable speed now, that's good. There obviously was a time where it didn't recognise speed bumps and could have been quite violent. Now it stopped at the crosswalk there. Clearly there's no one walking across it. And then it's decided to creep forward to a more reasonable position where you can where I can see what's coming. I think that might be a safety thing, that it just tends to always stop at the crosswalks and then go. It's human driver's not going to do that. They'll look left and right. No people around anywhere, and they're just going to drive over and stop where they're going to stop. We're on it right now, so. Alright, hesitating a bit there, jerking. We had a car behind us. So I'm sure they weren't impressed with that, because I could have easily gone. It kind of failed us a bit there. There's nothing coming. I've got to go. Ooh, that looked really close to the curb too. Yeah, that failed. I had a car behind me, so I had no choice. It had already hesitated and decided not to go for no reason. So the second time it was sort of jerking around a bit to go, and I had plenty of opportunity to go. I had to use my foot on the accelerator, so not perfect, that's for sure. And if there wasn't someone behind me, I would have actually been more patient with it for the camera. If the camera wasn't on, I would have just used my foot. I can smell that Panda Express anyway. The front is a better spot to put it, unless... See, a lot of people will put it in the front, their pizza or whatever, keeps the smell of the cab, but I've noticed as soon as you open the front, the vents suck the air straight into the cab, so I guess you can avoid smelling it all the way home. It just fills the cab with the smell as soon as you open the front when you get there though. Typically the boot, the trunk is a good area for me, but today I can smell it. Not that it's a bad smell, but I don't want my car smelling like Chinese food. It's pretty dark now. So this is my first drive with V14 Lite in the dark. It's not completely dark yet, but it's dark enough. There's a car over there with no headlights on, which is stupid. They should be on. There's a van behind me with no headlights on too. It's dark. The camera probably doesn't show how dark it is. That screen's in night mode. So you can see my, you can't see this at all because it's too blurry, but my charge level's down to 34% right now. I haven't charged my car for a bunch of days because I've been waiting patiently for Georgia Power to switch over my power to the overnight advantage one, I think it's called. I think it's like 2 cents a kilowatt hour to charge between 11 and 7 in the morning. 11 at night, 7 in the morning. And I've been waiting. I've been waiting for a couple of weeks now. I tried to do it from day one when I moved into my place, which was now would be nearly 2 months ago. And they wouldn't let me do it before the first bill had been produced. So I did it as soon as I could, and I've already been waiting 2 weeks. But anyway, I'm now going to park my car at my old place where I can charge for free, just to save a couple of dollars. Because I'm still paying rent at my old place. There's that first pothole. I want to go through the second one. You've already seen this part of the route anyway, so I'm probably going to cut this out of the video. Okay, approaching destination. Let's see if I can trick it to go into the first entrance, because it's not doing it on the map, and I can't tap that area to see if there's an alternative route. I want to go on this entrance. Let's put the indicator on and see if it'll do it. Nope, I do not have any control over that. We're going to go on the second one. Yeah, I'm actually going to be parking inside a garage. I know it's not going to do that for me, so we'll get to the first spot it wants to take. I'll see if I can control it through the car park, because we've already done this before. This was basically what I did in the first video, which on V14 Lite. It is kind of darker now, but I'll see if I can actually control, as per one of the comments that had a suggestion of how to control it in car parks to get it to go more to where you want to go. Got hazard lights on that car for some reason, going around it. Okay, I don't know what, it's jerking around everywhere right now. I don't know what it's trying to do. It's decided to park right here. I wasn't expecting that. And again, it didn't go far enough forward to get it in one shot. That curb behind me, please see it. No, I'm not going for it. Look at the angle I'm on. I hit the brake then. I was not going any closer to that curb. And I'm just going to we'll get out and have a quick look here, but so far I'm not happy with the way this thing parks. I mean, obviously I still have some room there, but I don't know.